playoff game you've been in a while?
In a while, maybe, yeah. It was certainly an emotional roller coaster, to say the least. I thought Bowling Green, they gave everything they had, blocking shots and transitioning and burying looks at the net. I think they had a lot of guys. They have to be proud, I'm sure, of their guys that that stepped up. And I mean, it was coming down to the last shot. And I thought they defended hard, and I thought they made life really miserable for us, took away the middle of the ice really well, and it was a roller coaster. I've seen a lot of goofy elimination games, though. I mean, there's goofy elimination games that happen that, and this was one of them. They take on a life of their own, and you just kind of felt the last shot was going to win. And kind of, I guess that's what happened. The last shot kind of won.
After that first fluky goal that Bowling Green was able to score, was it like a "oh crap, here we go again" kind of feeling, or?
No, I wanted to look to see how we were going to respond. I didn't think we responded very well. I think that I think we had nervous energy tonight that showed up on the ice. I think we had some players, certainly, I think, that stepped up and that normally step up in a moment. And then we had some players, I thought, that kind of went backwards a little bit because of the moment. Nervous energy. Can I play like I played last night? Can I play like I've been playing? And that'll really be our message to our group this week is, okay, that's part of your experience base. That's part of your confidence base, is that you got through a tough environment and performed when you needed to perform. And that's the life lesson that we want to get out of the game and learn from. It's what I mean by that is learn from. So it was a roller coaster. I'll tell you, on the bench, it was just an emotional roller coaster because, I know personally I was trying a lot of things to try to get guys feeling good about themselves and find that energy level. And then we went to the point where I thought Jordy did a good job of playing with lines to try to, the guys that were around the puck and creating transition opportunities and were strong on the puck, he was trying to get those guys together, and he did a good job of that. And I thought Tyler did a good job. I thought our power play, 3 goals, I don't know, were we 3 for 4 or 5 or whatever we were?
Yeah, 3 for 5.
Our power play was outstanding in the game. I thought tonight, they did a good job of finding the net, and Bronte did an excellent job of being around the net and finding those loose pucks. We've been talking to him about that, and he did an excellent job of that. And even with the disallowed goal, and from what I saw from the replay, it looked like, I may see different when I get a different looks at it, but I could see from the overhead where they can say, you know what, I don't know, do you overturn the goal? Probably, but I don't know if it was it looked to me like we lost an edge. I don't know, maybe you guys saw it differently. It looked like we lost an edge. I was probably more concerned about that knee. I think there were some angles there that showed a pretty good knee that maybe they didn't want to call it that and give a major at that point of the game. But maybe not. Maybe we'll get looks at that. That I thought overall the refereeing was professional, was good. I thought the line scene was good. I thought the officiating. I don't think it was an easy series to officiate, because I think you're going to make someone unhappy in that series at some point. And it could have been us with the disallowed goal, and it could have been us by calling it a kneeing major, and they didn't call it. It could have been, but I think it was a tough series, as playoff hockey is.
Are you proud of your team, though, for coming back, being down 2-0, and then having that quick start in the second, and then going back down again?
Yeah. I remember watching years ago, if you guys remember, you're probably too young for that, but Northern Michigan BU in the national championship game, there were two 3-goal swings in that hockey game where BU took a 3-goal lead, Northern tied it and took a 3-goal lead, and BU came back, and then that game ended up being like 8-7 or 9-8 or something. In overtime, Northern won in '91 in the national championship game, an elimination type game that was just wild. I mean, it was great for college hockey, an early game that was on ESPN. So it was. I'm extremely proud of our group, because there's games this year where we have not been sharp, and we don't find it. We don't find a way to win, and we found a way to get 6 goals and had one disallowed that they had to look a long time at. So theoretically 7 goals. So I'm extremely proud of our group. Anyway, anytime you can win an elimination game, it's really hard. And again, this was a roller coaster game with a lot of emotion on the bench. in a lot of different areas. I could feel the tension in some ways, but I think it's a real, it's a life lesson growing thing, I think, for the guys individually and collectively.
We've been talking about depth scoring, but this weekend it was Mosley and Logan and Isaac that seemed to have a lot of points this weekend. What did you think of the way they played throughout the weekend in order to help get you guys goals?
They're they've been outstanding. What did Moser get tonight? Did he get to 30 points?
I don't even know.
I don't know what he had last year, 30, 31, but I know he's been trying. That's been a big deal. I'm proud of all of our guys. I mean, playing to what their game is, to the level that they're capable of playing. Those guys are capable of doing a little bit more offensively, and they're doing it. And others are less capable of finishing plays off offensively, but they're still creating offense. And you hope with over time that they'll grow with that and be better, and it'll help their careers. And it's all just life lessons. It's all not giving in, and that's the beauty of athletics. Is it's you have to. You can't hide and run, and if you blame others, it's just it's a bad way to go through life like that. That's one thing. On the bench, I just I told the guys in the first period. So I said, or after the first period, I said, fellas, don't worry about the officials. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about anything. Just play, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. When it gets in the books at the end of the game, we're either going to win or lose, and it doesn't matter. And coming from me, that probably says a lot, right? But I've been pretty good this year. Old Joe's been pretty good in that regard.
30 on the dot.
30 points is a great year for him. So we have two 30-point guys. That's really good.
How have you liked the progression these last couple of weeks for players like Bartle, Blaze, Levi? You have them not necessarily filling the holes left by your top guys who are just on and off for a night
They're
or
contributing.
something.
Yeah, they're not. Yeah, you're right. It's not like you don't refer you can refer to them as depth, but you can refer to every line as depth.
Yeah.
They're a line out of whatever, and on any given night, I think last night Arvid's line struggled a little bit. I thought Worksy was more involved tonight in a lot of ways. Probably on the power play got him feeling a little bit more into the game. But it's it seems to be someone different all the time. I mean, a couple weeks ago we didn't get hardly anything out of Logan's line, and we were able to take a couple from them. So I have a ton of respect for Bowling Green. They went through a lot this year, as we did. We went through some of that garbage early. They responded. 2 weeks ago, they were in a position to be able to win the league title. They were just roaring up the standings, and they showed the resiliency tonight. They weren't going away, and I think our guys learned something that we didn't completely buckle and fold either. So, and we get one more game at home at least for our group.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. Not necessarily. You're right.
St. Thomas will be going to a game 3 most likely.
Oh, they're winning?
Yep, 4-1.
Oh, okay, all right. So that may have been the last game at home. All right, gotcha. So it'd be interesting.
Thank you.